Я вас приветствую, дорогие друзья. Вы вновь на канале Let's Play 365. Мы с вами продолжаем. Прям нон-стоп. Практически сразу вторая серия выходит. Игру под названием, я не помню, как оно называется. Если честно, Консил какой-то. Так, ладно. Перевод я тоже не посмотрел. Но я думаю, это не столь важно. Так, сейчас нам нужно с вами обыскать, ух ты, какая загрузка, подсказку, оставленную матерью в комнате в ее. Так, давайте приступим. Мед у меня максимум. Ничего. Банка якорцев. Настойка якорцев повышает эмпатию. Некоторое время вы будете видеть, к чему ваш собеседник испытывает устойчивость и слабость. Можно хранить не более 5 банок.
The torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance.
Так. Вот здесь что-то на столе.
Writing material.
Письменные принадлежности. Бдительность, это хорошо.
From what I see, no ink's ever been used on this quill. The smell reminds me of something. It smells like lemon. That's odd.
Так, пахнет лимоном.
Writing material. From what I see, no ink's ever been used on this quill. The smell reminds me of something. It smells like lemon. That's odd.
Так, лимоном. Лимоном, что это значит, я не знаю.
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Dear Monsieur de Richet, please excuse me.
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Так, это письмо. Но у меня какой-то ключ, по-моему, есть. А к чему, кто бы знал, да? Где-нибудь здесь какая-нибудь подсказка.
This room looks unoccupied.
Никто не живет, и что? Так. Ничего не вижу пока.
Priest robe, crosses. Must be Piaggi's room.
Здесь что-то на полу.
Look, markings on the floor.
Ага.
Just a bit worn out. I was
Так
hoping
это
to
и
find
есть?
something leading to a secret passage. Oh, this bookcase is well stocked. Oh, this book has been put back the wrong way around.
Поставит и откроется дверь,
A
или
voyage
что?
around the world. The travel log of the explorer, Louis-Antoine de Bougainville. One of Mother's favorite books. What a coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences. It's just too much. I don't know what's going on here, but if you felt threatened, I'll bet you'd leave a clue, wouldn't you, Mother? Found it. A faint sign of the order, barely visible. Mother, you undoubtedly must have hidden a clue in this book. Let's see if I can find anything else in this room.
Так. У меня есть бдительность, это хорошо.
The paper's rougher around the writing. The paper's moist here. very light stain, barely visible. And the smell reminds me of
Лимон,
something.
да?
Come on, Louis, think. Think. Let's recap. My mother was in this room. I found a rare edition of her favorite book. She must have left something behind. She applied a liquid to the book. She must have used the writing materials. The quill has been used, but not with regular ink. A message using invisible ink. I bet she used a limit to leave a message. Now, how do I reveal the message?
Чтобы проявить послание.
The message is illegible. I have to keep searching.
Это случайно не свеча? А, вот, углем. Наука 2. Пеплом посыпать. Пепел.
Damn, I'm making a serious mess here. It's no good. Might have worked if the writing had left marks on the paper, but no. There's only traces of lemon. Luckily, I've only put ash on part of the message.
Черт, что-то накосячил, что ли? Шкатулка.
There's a circle around the lock here. Must be the trunk Mortimer was talking about. The key should open it.
А вот лимонная эта фигня, наверное. Сейчас можно посыпать будет.
There's a note. Effects of Sarah de Richer to be given to her son. Louis. I should probably take it. I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later. All right. I've retrieved everything.
Так. Что сейчас? Так, это что-нибудь работает?
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Так, посмотрим, что я там взял, кроме меда. Ничего, да? Отойти. Чем проявить послание? А, вот.
Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice strong coffee though. Look, markings on the floor. Just a bit worn out. I was hoping
Это не
to find something
царапина,
leading
там
to a
что-то
secret
есть под этой
passage.
дверью, это точно. Что-то надо найти. Сейчас посмотрим. Еще в той части комнаты. Так, что здесь у нас есть? А, вот свеча. Оценить пользу свечу? Зачем? Взять ее? Что оценивать-то? Это как Ленин писал: молоком на бумаге, также лимонным соком. Сейчас мы свечой подогреем, и должно проявиться.
Aha! It's working. The heat reveals the message.
Let's see what my mother wrote. Where all eyes size you up, you must pass by the Gorgon. Gorgon was the name of Medusa in Greek mythology. On the other hand, where all eyes size you up, I don't get it. And judging by the number of paintings in the manor, it could be anywhere. Damn! The message continues, but thanks to me, the rest of the text is unreadable. Great. I hope it wasn't a unique edition or Mother's gonna kill me. Now I better hurry and find that damn Medusa.
Медуза Горгона.
Dinner is served in the red salon.
Typical.
I'm not hungry. Please give my apologies to all the guests.
Sir Holm requests your presence, sir.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait before going and looking for my Medusa.
Tell him I'll be there in a minute.
На первом этаже. Так, накосячил я с этим пеплом. Ну ладно, я думаю, это не критично.
If I get a chance, I may have to take a little tour through the rooms of the other guests.
Каких других гостей?
Let no one disturb me. I'm busy.
Too bad. I'll see him later. That's the door to Elizabeth's room.
Ух ты.
For God's sakes, what happened in here?
Так, был обыск.
A chest with a half-circle pattern.
С полукругом. А, я могу взломать.
An untutored hand copied these notes. Looks like a healing method. Well, that's a pity. The writing is barely legible.
Так, мне надо прокачать науку потом и оккультизм все-таки. Надо запомнить. Пока возьмем, потом изучим, прочитаем.
Looks like I found a box containing some kind of white crystals.
Т. Т. Блин. Давайте попробуем, уж не помрем.
See what it tastes like. Ugh. I really need to stop tasting everything I find now.
Золотого эликсира. Блин, так и знал. Ино. Так, а что такое золотой эликсир? Все снял.
Carmelite water will give me a little reprieve.
Коллекционные монеты.
A novel of the initiation of a young woman into polite society.
Так.
June 11th, 1791.
Так.
My dear Elizabeth.
11 июня 91 года, 1791.
Words were so cold, as if emotions no longer matter to you.
Моя дорогая Элизабет, твое последнее письмо очень меня обеспокоило. От него веяло холодом и равнодушием, словно все чувства покинули тебя. Отец считает, что это побочный эффект твоей терапии, но скоро тебе станет лучше, стоит ли мне надеяться? Я с нетерпением жду нашей встречи, мы так давно не виделись. Жду ответа. С любовью, твоя сестра Эбигейл. П.С. Обязательно напиши, что тебе подарить. Там, где есть имя Эбигейл, обычно в фильмах ужасов такие имена. Эбигейл. Так. Короче, нужно науку изучать, чтобы не тащить в рот всякие таблетки. Еще одно письмо. Моя дорогая Элизабет, в этот раз у меня печальное известие. Мы не сможем увидеться в первое воскресенье мая. Мне передали, что тебе не стало лучше. Да и мы с твоими братьями работаем день и ночь на благо нашего нового государства. Прости, что так получилось. Как только освободимся, пускай даже на день, мы сразу же приедем к тебе. С любовью, твой отец, Джон Адамс. По скриптум. Прошу, не держи зла на свою мать и не осуждай ее. Она просто еще не готова. Уверен, однажды ты сможешь все понять и простить. Ну, вроде как бы все. Непонятно только таблетки. До какого-то отца. Так, здесь можем. Где комната этого отца? Золотой эликсир. А, нет, это...
The Prince by Machiavelli. A perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition. That might come in handy.
Наполеон Бонапарт. Так, что здесь есть?
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost. A bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier. My dearest son.
Милый мой сын, прошу тебя поторопиться. Здесь становится все хуже и хуже. Паоли скоро втянет нашу родную Корсику в англо-французскую войну. Его люди буквально повсюду. Нам приходится прятаться и перебираться с места на место, едва ли не каждый день. Не удивлюсь, если вскоре нас выследят. Поспеши, сынок, теперь наша судьба в твоих руках. С любовью, твоя мать, Мария Летиция Бонапарт. Мать Бонапарта. Ну, картины мне не интересны. Коллекционные монеты. Так, это что? Янтарь. Увеличено на 1.
Amber crystals.
Отлично. Так. А, они здесь в шахматы играли. Мой дорогой Наполеон, как мы договаривались, приглашаю вас почтить своим присутствием январское собрание на моем острове, где соберется высший свет. Я бы хотел продолжить наш разговор о будущем устройстве Франции. Вы желаете видеть во главе страны сильного правителя, и мне есть что вам предложить. Надеюсь, вы сохраните свой приезд в тайне. До скорой встречи, лорд Уильям Мартимер. Ну или Мартимер.
Golden elixir. I'll keep it for later.
Так, отлично. Пригодится. Ну все, можно идти дальше. Я думаю, еще надо к отцу как-то заглянуть. Так, надо налево продолжать топить. Так, где-то здесь же отче.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Эмили. Так. Вот он, отец. Или кто
Duke
здесь?
Manuel Godoy.
Нет, отец дальше. Еще в комнату Вашингтона.
That's me.
Нет, вот комната отца. Закрыта, а вот комната. Так его знает, чья комната. Вот комната Вашингтона, да?
President George Washington.
О, нельзя. Ну все, сейчас мы все оббежали, идем вниз. Это чья комната? Я, по-моему, здесь был. Ну все, это второй круг. Сейчас на первую лестницу спускаемся вниз. Так, в красную гостиную. Ого. На первом этаже. Еще и не везде можно спуститься, оказывается. Ну там третий этаж. Туда пока нельзя, явно. Так, пробуем здесь. Да. Ого.
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet. I really need to talk to you.
Is this about last night?
No, that was just a misunderstanding. I'm sure it was a little bit my fault too.
There's no excuse for that man's horrible behavior. You ought to tell Sir Holmes.
Look, the only thing that I care about is that I've lost something precious. I'm not worried about Jacques Peru.
I'm sorry. I should have stopped him from beating you.
What's done is done. It was my fault, not yours.
Don't say that. It's never the victim's fault. Look at your eye.
My eye's nothing. Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
My mother came here to do business with Lord Mortimer, but she seems to have gone missing. So I'm here to find her.
I know your mother very well.
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you.
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No. I remember her stare, cold as ice. her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees, too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated.
And next you're gonna tell me my mother's also responsible for that scar on your head?
My heart stopped twice during the operation. I lost my memory for 6 months. You obviously have no idea of the abuse your mother inflicted on me.
Wait. There must be some kind of mistake.
My only mistake was ever meeting your mother.
She's able to describe every detail without hesitation or getting flustered. It's becoming difficult not to believe the poor girl.
Look, I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put you through all of that? There must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
Elizabeth, confiding in me might ease your burden. Let me relieve you of some of your suffering.
Relieve me? Do you even hear yourself? Do you really think that by confiding in my torturer's son, I will be healed as if by magic? That it will bring my smile back or let me sleep at night? Look, you don't seem like a bad person. And I'm sorry you have to find out your mother's true colors like this. But I'm not going to pity you. Everybody has their cross to bear. I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about you, don't they?
Сестра есть, по-моему.
Haven't you got a sister?
Yes.
I'm sure she loves you with all her heart.
She's the only one who cares about me. I would have put an end to it all by now if it weren't for her. Since you insist, I'll tell you how I met your mother.
Thanks for trusting me.
You see, before I was born, my mother often suffered from hallucinations and fits of anger. Soon people could barely recognize her. She became a completely different person. So my father spent an enormous amount of money paying for the best doctors, but none of them were able to cure her. The last resort was to call a priest.
So, is that what your father did?
No. He went to an expert in the occult.
Ah, my mother.
Her reputation already extended beyond our borders. My mother's fits stopped at my birth, and Sarah de Richet concluded that the evil had passed into me. Not only did it encourage her to stay, but she took the opportunity to advise my father to separate me from the rest of my family. That's how I was declared stillborn. My fate was decided that very day.
It would coincide with my mother's frequent trips to America.
I had my first fit when I was 3. That's when your mother began her experiments to rid me of the evil inside.
I understand how you feel, but I know my mother. I'm sure she had her reasons, even if it seems difficult to believe.
Everything she put me through was all for nothing. My whole life was ruined for nothing.
So what brings you here then?
My father used to know Sir Holm. He offered to introduce me to the world's leading authority in the occult.
Lord Mortimer.
He was my last hope. Until I found out he had also invited your mother.
It's got to be a coincidence. I don't believe for a second she's come here for you.
You can't change my mind about this, Louis. My days are numbered, and I know it.
Так, на мне баф висит. Дисбаф. Ладно, пока не будем восстанавливать его. Всего одна клетка. Может, метка найти где-нибудь? А, ну это понятно.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
Какая просьба?
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
Золотой эликсир мне не нужен. Янтарь. Манускрипт. Ну давайте манускрипт.
What's that book you're hiding in your jacket?
The Sorrows of Young Werther by Goethe, sir. And I am not hiding it.
Hand it to me, please.
It is damaged, sir. I would never dare lend sir a book in such a pitiful state, sir. I took it to restore.
Манипулирование, тут ничего не доступно. Давай янтарь.
My good fellow, would you have any amber available?
I would, but unfortunately I don't think I am authorized to give it out, sir. I believe it is a precious stone.
Ну понятно, манипулирование. Ладно, все ясно. Том. Все ясно. Нужно прокачиваться, чтобы у него что-то отжать. Где эта комната, черт его побери?
Dear friends, I bid you welcome. I hope the night was not too short. Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests. They arrived during the night. Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army.
Вот он.
And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently and he sends no one to meet me?
Thank you again for the wine, Your Eminence. It is served every day at the King's table. I am delighted to hear you.
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
My dear Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last. And yourself?
Very well.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I shall feel better too, as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, Emily. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of sailing up the Thames straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, my friend, I am shaking in my clogs.
Is the wine to your liking?
Very much so, Sir Gregory. Such
Ты я вообще бестолковый овощ.
French.
Ничего мне не доступно.
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favorite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule, but I count on your discretion.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank it, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would Would you repeat that?
Oh, well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift. Thank you.
I made a promise. Now it is done.
It's the first time I've ever seen her so moved. Just mentioning that orphanage broke right through Emily's hard shell.
Is everything all right?
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
Oh, dear.
What do you think of Volner?
Many believe he is the real leader of Prussia. A charming man, but with an iron fist and a velvet glove. I also know he's famous for his love of the hunt, in all its forms.
What do you want to know? And right he was too.
Have you any information on this Napoleon?
He's certainly well connected and in high places.
Surprising. No one appears to know him.
No one knows me, and yet here I am.
Quite so.
Monsieur de Richet, it would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please?
Какую устойчивость ты обнаружил? Ну-ка, где этот Бонапарт? Устойчивость убеждений и политика. То есть убедить про политику, говорить с ним нельзя. Слабость допрос неизвестна. А, вот оно как это делается. Можно сразу посмотреть. Слабость психология. Адамс устойчивость психологии. Блин, если бы я сразу посмотрел, я бы знал. Понятно. Короче, Бонапарт. Убеждение и политика бесполезно. Понятно. У меня убеждения там слабые, политики почти. Вообще не в курсе.
Lord Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis. I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your questions.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Well, of course.
And for that, I have a little question for you. The agreement stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
Absolutely. 50,000 louis d'or in hard cash.
The offer I'm talking about was for only 20,000 louis d'or, Monsieur de Richet. The truth is, you really have no idea about our agreement. So, you're wasting my time. I need to work with people I can have confidence in, sir.
The exact numbers may have escaped me. I suggest you wait for my mother's return in order to manage such details.
I have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I. And I need to make sure that we both share
Это явно провокация.
for the future of France.
В будущем Франции. Откуда я знаю?
Times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its luster?
It is remarkable.
The revolution was a good thing, but it gave birth to a monster. We must overthrow the new system in place.
Ah, you are right.
Что-то я угадал.
Monsieur de Richet, I am reassured. I am very happy to have met you. Lord Mortimer was right to put his trust in you. I hope to work with you in the very near future. I would like to thank you for your support by offering you this humble little gift.
Reflections on the revolution in France. Monsieur Bonaparte, I thank you for this gesture, and please know that I, too, am delighted to have met you.
My friends, I would like to say a few words, please. I would like to thank Lord Mortimer, and you, Sir Holmes, for bringing us all together here. Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose. But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in my electoral campaign for the presidency of the United States. And it is imminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us. We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
I trust you shall not be disappointed, Mr. Washington. Right, we shall meet again tomorrow. All the guests will be present, as well as Lord Mortimer, I hope. Until then, I trust you will find plenty to keep you amused.
Так. Часть послания. Да, я мог вообще все отлично выполнить, если бы со смолой не накосячил. С пеплом, то есть. Эх, чуть-чуть не хватило. 4 очка дали. Так, чё ж я такой тупой-то? Мне нужна наука. Так. Этикет мне надо продвинуть. Давайте, то как тупой сижу. Ну и убеждение. Давайте 1 очко потратим. Или лучше на допрос. Ну, политику хоть маленько знать давайте.
All right, let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
Ого, этих 4, этих 3. Ничего себе, здесь можно прокачаться. Так. Что такое? Манипулирование +1. О, можно политику еще прибавить. Найдите место, интересно. Ну, пойдем объедки собирать. По-любому должен быть мед. Черта нету вообще. Сожрали все.
is surrounded by a triple circle.
Но я могу взломать. Ого, что это?
No space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Нет места. Ну пусть лежит, наверное. Ну а вот, наверное, ключ, чтобы...
Amber crystals.
Осколки янтаря, так. Вот так, давайте вкачаем и еще одну возьмем.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
О, здорово.
Well, Your Eminence, do you still have any room left?
Ah, my son, the sin of gluttony is the most difficult of all in my eyes. Nevertheless, what a charming moment we have had together. I'm delighted I was able to talk to Mr. von Wollner. We hadn't spoken to each other for an eternity.
Yes. I noticed that Your Eminence knew a fair number of people at the table.
The benefit of age, my son. This isn't my first invitation to Lord Mortimer's. You will see, it's the perfect place to make new friends. Indeed, I noticed that you and Mr. Bonaparte had already begun.
Ah, I adapt quickly to local customs. It's what I was taught.
And you are right to do so, my son. But tell me, have you had any news of your mother since your arrival?
Alas, still nothing, Your Eminence. But I still haven't been able to meet Lord Mortimer.
Do not worry. It is typical of him. What can I say? Lord Mortimer is a very busy man. I should think you are beginning to worry.
To tell you the truth, not really.
You are right. Be positive. Perhaps Sarah is in the company of Lord Mortimer, and they will both turn up shortly.
But while I have you with me, I have a question for you.
Go ahead, Louis. What can I do for you?
If I said to you, where all eyes size you up, would it mean anything to you?
I don't know if it's the place you're looking for, Louis, but it makes me think of the portrait gallery.
There's a gallery here? Can you tell me where to find it, please?
Of course. Just go through the door at the end. It will lead into the library. Continue all the way through, and you'll end up in the gallery. You'll see it, Louis. When you get there, you'll know.
Thank you very much, Your Eminence. On that last word, then, I shall leave you to fight your demons. See you later, Your Eminence.
See you later, my son.
Так, понятно. Ну, сейчас здесь быстро прошманаем что-нибудь. Найдем, может быть. Черт, еще какая-то дверь. Да блин.
Discourse on the Method by Descartes. This book changed the way I look at the world.
Что это вообще за вода? Как это работает, непонятно. А, если я ее выпью, то я следующий навык любой применю, не потеряв. Это перед беседой какой-нибудь. Ну, попробовать еще и выпить. То есть написано, позволяет применить следующий навык, не потратив очков действия. Но у меня очков действия-то хватает. В чем мне смысл-то какой? Что здесь? Все, понял, надо обратно идти. Это выход. Мне через эту дверь. И...
All right. I've retrieved everything.
Все, установил на всякий случай. Да, пройдите через библиотеку, да? Мед.
A few pages out of an old encyclopedia.
Вот она, галерея, походу.
Where all eyes size you up. Chances are, that's the room my mother spoke of. And she also spoke of a Medusa. Should I go and try to find the creature now?
Медуза. Черт. Не, вставай, вставай, что сел-то это. Не время. Так. Что здесь лежит? Сонные монеты. Так. С какой стороны пришел, уже запутался. Стой, наверное. Вот медуза.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
Что такое якорцы? А, слабость и устойчивость. Ладно, понятно. Медуза, вот она. Гаргона.
I've got to find out what Mother was trying to do with her. The Medusa. A hero armed with a sword? A hero with a lantern? And the last one holding a shield. I'll stake my life on it. All the statues form a single scene together. The poor devils are about to face the beast. Let's give them a helping hand.
Блин. Послание матери. Что она говорила? И я даже этого не могу вспомнить. Надо повернуть ее. Герои с мечом.
This hero is the only one holding a weapon. It seems obvious that he's the one whose job is to cut off her head. So, sword toward the Medusa.
Повернуть к медузе. Так.
Now, Louis, it's time to keep a logical mind, as every good scientist should. The aim is to defeat the Medusa, so what can the lantern be for? To light up the Medusa? Hardly likely. The hero holding the lantern will be easy prey, and the shield will be of no use. To light up the sword? No, that makes no sense. So that leaves the shield.
Свет.
I wonder if the aim is to play with the light. If I turn the shield right, the light would be reflected. The ray of light will perturb the Medusa and focus her attention on the best protected hero. Pretty smart. But it also means I have to make sure I get the shield position just right.
Так, ну-ка тогда щит надо на лампу повернуть. Нет. На медузу. А того на щит. Он того типа ослепит, а тот ее сразит. С щитом. Ну. Этот герой... А, теперь медузу надо повернуть на героя с щитом. Вот так.
If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa. Except for here, it doesn't work. There must be something else.
Что?
The origin of myths, a reinterpretation of legendary creatures. Just what I need. The text is in French on the left-hand page and in Latin on the right hand. Let's find the chapter on the Medusa. Hang on. This version is significantly different from the regular one. It recounts how men have always belittled women in society. Harpies, mermaids, the chimera, the hydra, the gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon at the Medusa.
Пока другие отвлекали Горгону, ну, что здесь неправильно-то? Он нападает на медузу. Ну, что не так-то? Тот светит, короче, фонарем. Тот щитом отражает. Еще повернуть опять на героя с лампадой.
It looks right, but nothing's happening. Maybe, in this position, the hero with the shield is just dazzling his colleague.
Че-то не понял. Но я понимаю, что он должен как светить сейчас ему в глаза. И чё, этого отвернуть, что ли? К медузе. А нет. Здесь еще промежуточные повороты есть. Так. Повернуть. Нет, он герой с мечом. Этого к медузе по-любому. К медузе. А может, от меча он будет отражать свет? Черт. Герои с лампадой повернули. Этот к медузе. Нет, это сейчас должен с лампадой тоже. Нет, ни хрена неправильно. Как логически нужно засветить ее, ей в лицо? То есть логически он должен смотреть она не должна видеть этого героя с мечом. Логично? Так, вот это должна повернуться, значит, к герою со щитом. Герой со щитом светит к медузе. К медузе. Ну, все же логично, ну а это должен светить в щит. Но он ни хрена ему не светит в щит. К мечу. Но он к мечу и стоит. Почему меч к щиту? Со щитом. Нет. А, может быть, к лампаде? Ну-ка. С лампадой. Что за дичь? Так. О чем мы там про меч-то вообще говорили? Он отражать свет может, нет? Вооруженный герой. Все, это точно к медузе. Повернуть на медузу. Медуза куда непонятно должна смотреть. Давай посмотрим, что этого про этого известно. Ну и что, я изучу механизм и что?
Let's think. To vanquish the beast, the statues have to be lined up in a specific order. What can the shield be for? To protect its holder? Why not? But in that case, what's the lantern for? Step back and take a second, Louis. Be logical, but open-minded. Think outside the box. Nobody said a statue has to have only one use. I wonder if the lantern was to distract the Medusa. This shield can both protect the holder and also reflect the light from the lantern to distract the beast. In other words, I'll have to make an angle of 90 degrees between the lantern and the Medusa by turning the shield to face the sword. If Mortimer's the one who thought of all this stuff, then honestly, he must have a screw loose. Crazy idea, but worth a shot.
Щит к мечу. А лампаду на щит тогда. О, офигеть. Ну да. Что сейчас?
For Pete's sake, Emily! You scared the pants off me. Don't ever do that again.
Well, keep your nose out of my business then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop fooling around and tell me what you're doing here.
I've discovered a hidden message from my mother. She explains how to find the secret room. Something must have attracted her here, so I've come to check it out. And you? What brings you here?
My, you're curious.
Let me guess.
Go on then, impress me.
You're spying on Mortimer, right?
Everyone is spying on Mortimer.
Shall I take that for a yes?
Take it as you please, but I wouldn't be surprised if all the guests were around here somewhere searching the manor. Well, no matter. I'll tolerate your presence this one time. Now, since you're here, make yourself useful. Look around on your side. I'll do the same on mine. And if you find anything of interest, let me know.
Oh yeah, in your dreams.
At your service, madam. A golden fleece.
It's freezing. Hurry up.
Do you think that can really be Jason's golden fleece?
No, you are aware that Jason and the Argonauts is a myth, aren't you?
But Mortimer's been protecting this hide. It must be of great value, don't you think?
Certainly of historical value. This kind of hide is still used by gold diggers in Eastern Europe. Now you see how easy it is to obtain a legend.
Why do you have to act so nonchalant every time I show you something?
Louis, anyone can kill a sheep, rip off its hide, and say it's the Golden Fleece.
We're at Lord Mortimer's, not at some farmyard fair. You're just too skeptical.
And you have a tendency to believe anything. Talk about an unlikely pair.
Yet, you know opposites attract, don't you?
Так, он закинул уже свой стручок в ее сторону.
An unofficial gospel? We'd be more likely to find this kind of book at the Vatican.
Nothing special. The library at Buckingham has 3.
A Chinese coin.
Ух ты. Это
Guess what I found?
венец Цезаря.
Grail.
Older than that.
A piece of Noah's Ark.
Not that old.
This could go on for hours. Just tell me.
Caesar's laurel wreath. The workmanship on this crown is amazing. The finesse of the gold laurel leaves is beautiful. A crown worthy of an emperor. I'd stake my life that it's the genuine article.
Stop! Don't put your grubby fat fingers on
You
it.
find my fingers fat?
At least put on some gloves.
Please note, my fingers are slim.
You were going to leave marks. My God, what an amateur.
Many a harpsichord players would love to have sexy fingers like mine.
Tell me where you took your infiltration classes so I can have your tutor executed.
Let's compare hands then. We'll soon see whose fingers are fattest.
No, I'm not going to compare hands with you. Let's just keep going.
Bad loser.
И смысл я изучал, и ничего мне это не дало. Потратил только 2 очка действия. Зря.
Oh, looks like a pamphlet on different political regimes, written by Mortimer himself.
You should see this sword, Emily. It's magnificent.
I'm busy. Describe it to me.
I think this is Excalibur, King Arthur's sword. I've always dreamt of drawing it from the stone.
How sweet. You're still clinging to your boyhood dreams. When you finished playing, maybe you can help me search the place?
Amber.
Было просто к ней подойти.
A manor in Maine, hundreds of acres of land in Catalonia, properties in Shanghai. Incredible. Some of these deeds are over 600 years old, and all signed by the hand of Mortimer.
I wonder if that's what inspired my mother's attention. How come all these documents have Mortimer's signature on them?
Do you think all these properties really belong to him?
Может, родовое. О, приколимся.
Maybe Mortimer is immortal or capable of living for a very long time, like Methuselah. A first smile. Careful. Keep that up and soon you'll end up laughing.
Carry on sprouting inanities like that, and indeed I might. These documents are intriguing, but do you really think that's what attracted your mother's attention here?
I don't know. She was obsessed with Mortimer, and I must confess, these property deeds are troubling.
If that's the case, why would she have left them?
Once again, I don't know. We'll have to ask her when we find her. And what's your take? Why keep such a collection hidden in a secret room? Any thoughts?
Mortimer has every reason in the world to conceal it, even if only to keep it from people like us.
Hey, Emily, we're not thieves. We're only looking. I wonder why my mother didn't make it clear what she was interested in here.
She didn't have time to write it down, or maybe she wasn't sure of what she was looking for.
Or she wanted to protect her discoveries. It's disturbing.
You'll just have to search the rest of the room. Maybe you'll find something. What is that you found?
A cameo pendant. What's going on?
Nothing.
For crying out loud, Emily, you lunged for that jewel like your life depended on it. Tell me what this is about.
No. We just met, Louis. I like you, but I can't just suddenly open myself up like a book to you.
Listen, Emily. It seems pretty obvious to me that you haven't come here for the sole purpose of sampling Mortimer's cellar. Stop all the clever evasions and just trust me.
And why the hell should I place my trust?
Так, быстро ее смотрим. О, ничего себе, прокачиваюсь как. Смотрим ее. Где они? Эмили. Так где она? Только что я видел ее лицо. А, вот. Слабость психология, устойчивость к логике. То есть на психологию, если что, давить. О, психология.
When are you going to understand that I just want to help you?
What do you expect? That I'll fall into your arms and say yes to everything you want?
What are you talking about? I'm only asking you to trust me a little. If only on principle, as a member of the Golden Order, for example.
I'll admit you are fairly reliable.
That's it? I was expecting more.
Well, I'm prepared to trust you when it comes to choosing a French cheese. But I've nothing to gain by confiding in you any further than that.
Nothing to gain? Damn it, Emily! I'm only trying to help you. Stop needing to gain something all the time.
Because you think I need help?
Just like everyone. You have your strengths and your weaknesses. And there's no use pretending otherwise.
Ha! And I bet you found out where I'm weak, haven't you?
Ну, я же знаю, что психология. Слабость психология.
You think your scathing wit protects you, but in fact it makes you blind. No sooner have people introduced themselves than you already see them in a bad light. You play the part of a strong woman, and yes, you are a strong woman, of course. But what I see is a sensitive young lady who lacks self-confidence. Stop adopting a defensive posture, and you'll see just how quickly new doors will open.
There is some truth to what you say. I might have some weaknesses, but I don't need your help to overcome them. And I'm simply not contemplating collaborating with anyone at this time. Do you understand?
Допрос. Убеждение недоступно. Нифига себе допрос 4 очка. Но у меня, в принципе, есть право на ошибку.
Yes. You're the kind of girl who gets by on her own and who shares nothing.
The fact is, you are completely mistaken about me.
Чёртова, блин.
I already have a work partner.
Да.
I know my weaknesses.
Так
I
и
don't
думал,
doubt
что
that your
сообщник.
abilities will be of use to me. But I already have all that, thanks to my teammate.
Is there any chance you might tell me who he is?
No, I've already said too much. Consider yourself lucky I've even given you this much. It's extremely rare, believe me.
Come on, don't stop now that you've come this far. You know that eventually I'll end up making you talk.
Well, since no one can resist you, let's see if you can guess who my partner is.
You're a gambler. So, your partner is...
Этикет. Обладательница вот похожей камеи. То есть это женщина. Сестра, что ли, ее? У меня 3 ошибки доступно. Смотрите, обладательница, значит женщина. Ну, мать. Но явно не сестра. Она же там сестра-то больная на всю голову. И не ее мать. Ну, я думаю, да.
It's as obvious as it is surprising. You're my mother's hard-hitting partner.
Oh, God, do you really believe the nonsense that comes out of your mouth?
Well, a second ago I did. A little.
Sorry, Louis, your mother is not my partner.
Но у меня еще есть... Так, а мужчина? Нет, ну, обладательница, похоже, камеи. А кто из мужчин там есть? Отец, старый, муж, кто-то из ордена? Нет. Ну, еще 2 ошибки. Ну, давайте, сестра.
Your sister. She's your partner. She's the one you're looking for.
Well, I am impressed. How the devil did you guess I had a sister? Virtually no one even knows.
Где-то же я читал
When it
про
comes to
сестру.
getting results, you are very good. I grant you that. You deserve to know why the sight of the cameo pendant affected me so strongly. I thought it belonged to Emma, my twin sister.
Oh. Now I get why you said you had a memory for two.
Yes. You can't imagine to what extent, though. As children, everyone got us mixed up. So one day we decided to play along. Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough. The woman with two faces.
Clever. But isn't it complicated? How do you make it work?
One of us has no existence in the outside world. We share everything. First for one, then for the other. We dress the same, wear the same makeup, we speak the same. We've learned to act as one. When we accept a mission, we both turn up. This time, though, she went ahead, and I was meant to wait for her on the mainland. She was meant to meet Sir home and bring back the details, so we could work out who would follow up.
And there was a problem?
She was supposed to return from Mortimer's 1 week ago. The boat turned up at Plymouth, but alas, no trace of my sister. Instead, a sailor passed me a message from home, notifying me of her sudden disappearance.
So, my mother and your sister go missing just a few days apart. That's strange. Maybe their disappearances are linked.
It's clearly a possibility, but up to now I haven't found a trace of either of them.
None of this is very reassuring.
By the way, Louis, now that you are in on the secret, you are obliged to keep it to yourself, or you will pay very dearly.
Don't worry. Your secret is safe with me.
It's time to leave.
So, what do you think of our first adventure?
I must admit, it has been fun by your side.
Same here.
Oh, she's been drinking too much again.
Louis, I need to talk to you right now.
Good evening, Elizabeth. Actually, this is not a good time.
I'm begging you, please don't leave me alone.
I'll be waiting for you in your room, but don't be late.
I was sure there was a certain je ne sais quoi between us.
Louis, we need to talk now. Otherwise, it'll be too late.
Looks like Elizabeth really needs me, but if I start talking to her, for sure Emily won't wait for me. What should I do?
Да. Давай.
Sorry, Emily, but I can't leave Elizabeth like this. All right, Elizabeth. How can I help?
Thank you. Come on, follow me.
Черт, я думал потом дойти к Эмили.
I really need to talk to you, Louis, right now.
Does Lord Mortimer know the mess you've made of your room?
Listen to me, damn it. My days are numbered.
Elizabeth, I don't know if it's about my mother again, but I'm telling you, you've nothing to be afraid of. She didn't come here for you.
I saw her.
Saw who? You saw my mother? When?
Just last night. I went out to walk along the cliff top and I saw her in the distance. She tried to hide right away, but I'm sure it was her.
Are you saying you recognized my mother in the middle of the night while she was hiding?
Yes, Louis, I know it was her.
You just said she was far away, right? In the middle of the night. And the exterior of the island isn't exactly well lit.
Listen, I'm telling you, it was her.
Что у тебя с грудью?
Did you talk to each other?
А что не так-то?
No, she was far away. I didn't
надо
make
было
any noise
выбирать
when
еще
she was
что.
Have you told anyone you've seen her? Sir
Что ж
Holmes?
так?
Mortimer?
You don't understand. It's her. She's here.
Yes, I understand.
No, you're not listening. The moment I saw her, I was overcome by spasms. She's here. I'm telling you, it was her. Yes, I need something to calm me down.
No thanks, I'd better not.
Listen, if you want me to tell you everything, you have to drink with me, Louis. What I have to say to you is of the utmost importance.
Чёртова тварь, зачем тебе нож?
No, I won't drink.
All right, Louis, then get the hell out of here. You're incapable of opening your
Ты свои
eyes.
сиськи видела вообще? Сидишь тут. Вот тварь. Ладно, ладно, давай еще один шанс, может, я бухну. Какого черта я пошел за тобой? Короче, надо было выпить, да? А, и туда не успел, и здесь ничего не сделал. Вот это жизнь. Я просто подумал, что он меня может чем-нибудь отравить, напоить. Нож тоже лежит, как бы намекает. Как бы здравая мысль. О, здраво мыслящий зато. Вот, мысль-то какая. Черт, иди, постучись, скажу, открывай.
I could have spent the night with Emily, but no. I had to go play the night with a big heart. Oh, well, never mind. Tomorrow's another day.
Вломилась точно. Он прям рассуждает так же, как я. Какого черта я пошел за ней? И там ничего не сделал, и здесь ничего не сделал. Он лежит, мучается.
Monsieur de Richet, I am arresting you for the murder of Elizabeth Adams.
What the hell's going on?
You are in deep trouble, my young friend.
Да, мог согласиться на предложение Эмили. Ну а с другой стороны, если бы я согласился на предложение Эмили, здесь было бы написано, что я мог согласиться на предложение Элизабет. А раз я с ней был, значит, меня подозревают, скорее всего. Черт. Меня подставили. Блин, чуть не хватило. Ну, 4 очка есть. Так, надо, значит, прокачать. А, я не понял. А, так я что могу? А где хитрость моя? А, так оно вон как. Еще прокачивается. Нифига себе. То есть 3-то только первый. Так, ладно, давайте сначала все по первому уровню. Эрудицию вкачаем. Что это такое? Оккультизм давайте. Вот так. Пригодится. А, там еще, оказывается. Ничего себе, я думал-то это все. Так это что, конец игры? Я в смысле проиграл, что ли? Я что-то ничего не понял. Или это просто первая глава закончена? Ну-ка, давайте скипнем. Что такое, вообще не пойму. Гаргона. Черта не пойму. А, так это пролог был. Ну, это мы играли сейчас Гаргону, да. Это была Гаргона. 4 глава. Она кончилась. Сейчас 5 должна начаться. 6 и 7. Начать, кстати. Сейчас, по идее, так, что как это работает-то? А, ну сейчас все понял. Вот, и где моя матушка должна? Комната де Рише. Где моя матушка, глава 5. Да, ребят, то есть это такой был конец пролога. То есть это был только пролог, и ко мне ворвались. И в принципе, что с нами будут делать, давайте мы с вами будем узнаем в следующей серии. В общем, понравилось данное видео, ставь палец вверх, ждешь продолжения. Ты прекрасно знаешь, что можно подписаться на канал, нажать на колокольчик и ждать новых уведомлений на канале. Я с вами долго не прощаюсь. Скоро увидимся. Всем спасибо, ребят, и до скорых встреч. Всем пока.